We're now going to turn to Alan Schaeffer, who is Executive Director for the Diesel Technology Forum.
Thanks very much, Carol. Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to be with you today. A quick word about the Diesel Technology Forum. We represent manufacturers of diesel engines, trucks, equipment, component suppliers, companies in the renewable energy space like Neste, Renewable Energy Group, and the National Biodiesel Board, and also a range of other emissions control technology suppliers and the Western States Petroleum Association. So we have members sort of in all aspects of the diesel industry. And it's great to be here today. I would say that this event, the Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Policy Forum and Expo, really suits diesel perfectly. Because when you think about it, we have one foot squarely in our world of energy abundance that many of you are thinking about today, but we also have one foot squarely in the future of clean energy. And diesel is a technology that delivers on both accounts today for our economy on a global basis. And I want to start with a little quiz, pop quiz for you today. So how many of you have an iPhone in the room? Oh, just a few people. I'm not here on behalf of Apple, but how long does your iPhone hold a charge on a lithium-ion battery? A day? Half a day? 3/4 of a day if you're lucky. So if your iPhone was powered by diesel fuel, it would last for 10 days. And I say that to make the point about energy density and energy efficiency, and that's why diesel is the technology of choice for America's trucking industry, agriculture industry, construction industry, etc. So that's kind of our fun fact for today. I also want to just say a word about sort of how diesel fits into the future. And we hear a lot about battery and electric technologies, and those are great, and some will be great for future applications. And they get most of the headlines. I mean, let's be honest, right? But I just thought it'd be interesting to share with you that it's really, in California, we look at kind of how that state is doing relative to achieving its own climate goals. And what we find is that even though the battery electric technologies are getting most of the headlines, the reality is that it's diesel engines and biodiesel that are delivering the most carbon benefits today. So electric cars and trucks in California resulted only in about 1.2 million tons of CO2 reductions last year. That's 1/3 of the emissions reduction delivered by diesel and biodiesel fuels. So as we look for solutions to reducing CO2 emissions and achieving cleaner air, I think it's important to look broadly into technologies that are delivering today and show great promise for efficiency tomorrow. Those of you who are here, Congressional staffers, thank you for sharing a few minutes of your afternoon with us. 13 states here in the U.S. are home to heavy-duty diesel engine manufacturing that supports about $3.4 trillion in the U.S. economy and more than 1.25 million jobs across America. So the diesel industry is important to our economy here in the U.S. And the technology has come so far. I think, some of you may remember sort of the old days of seeing a smoky diesel truck or bus somewhere. We're proud to say in the diesel industry that those days are far behind us. And today's new generation of diesel is really near zero emissions for both nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. And in fact, it's so clean, and here's your second fun fact of the day. It would take 60, think about this for a second, it would take 60 of today's model commercial trucks, the big rigs, to equal the emissions of a single truck built in the late 80s. 60 to 1. That's how far we've come in making diesel clean. And manufacturers have really achieved not only a clean technology for their customers, but also one that's more fuel efficient as they work towards meeting EPA greenhouse gas requirements in the future. So I think that those are notable points about this technology. I would also say that we're excited to be here today because when you pair the advanced generation of diesel technology with advanced high-quality renewable biofuels, it's really an unbeatable combination that many cities and fleets around the country are finding that they don't have to change their infrastructure, they don't have to have big new investments, they don't have to dig up pavement. They can simply use their existing technology and switch the fuel to deliver lower carbon benefits. And for example, in California, the cities of Oakland, the cities of San Francisco, Walnut Creek, Culver City, and on, cities have switched their entire municipal service vehicles, their public fleets that serve your needs in those communities, and switched those towards using renewable biofuels. And so overnight, they reduced their carbon footprint by as much as 80%. That's a pretty impressive result. And the way they're doing that is burning those advanced renewable biofuels in existing diesel engines. So the solution is there. It's really delivering substantial results today. It's not something that we're promising for the future, but it's really working today. The last point I would make is that, as folks here debate these issues, we often are attracted to what might happen with electrification, which states, which technologies, which vehicles are going to convert to electric, and surely some of that will happen and is happening today. But we can't take our eye off the ball for right now. We need to have continued steady progress in efficiency and clean air, and today's generation of diesel is delivering that time and time again. So with that, I say thank you very much, and thank you, Carol, for all your great work here at EESI and for having us here today. Visit us. We're out here in the exhibit at the Expo, and you can also visit us online at www.dieselforum.org. Thank you.
So thank you, and because sometimes people may get confused when they hear diesel and don't realize, oh, diesel can be highly, highly efficient, and that there are renewable fuels in terms of biodiesel, renewable diesel that give you that renewable performance in existing diesel engines. So we're now